The life of a small time YouTuber. I'm big in size, work out all the time, never miss. But my YouTube platforms remain small after years. Is it frustrating at times? Absolutely. But I'm the type of person, I'm not really happy unless I'm being creative, so it gives me that outlet. I've been writing rap since I was like in fifth grade, so that's what I do. A lot of writing. I've written, a script. So I'm working on one that I never finished from years ago. But I like to be creative, so it gives me that outlet, lets me express my opinion on topics that are controversial and not controversial. But monetarily, if you're doing this for the money, you'll be very frustrated at times because you don't make that much money unless you're like one of these big platforms. So it can be very frustrating, but at the same time, it's rewarding to chop it up with people, subscribers and non-subscribers. It's just kind of interesting to hear people's views. Some of them funny, some of them not funny. You get trolls, you get haters, you get weirdos, you get keyboard warriors, you get cell phone fanatics. But you know, it is what it is, and you just got to keep going. That's the thing, man. You got to keep going. You'll reach a point where your channel stops growing, and maybe you have to do something creative or try different things. But I know there's a lot of advice out there on this topic. Like some people say, you got to stick with what works, and if that's what brings people in. But then it's not fulfilling anymore. If you're just doing things to get views, you're becoming a YouTube whore, basically. You're like one of these groups that do a pop song, and that pop song blows up, and they get away from what brought them their core fans. They're like, well, that pop song blew up, so I'm gonna ditch my hardcore fans and keep doing the pop thing. So, hey, if that's what you want to do to get money, that's fine. But everything is not just about money. It's great to have money, but you want to feel fulfilled and inspired at the same time. So you got to kind of make sure you know how to maneuver in the YouTube streets. And I prefer doing things that make me feel great making videos. On my main platform, the J Rooster, is mainly about heavyweight boxing. But I talk, in the beginning, I talked about everything like relationships, food reviews. I was trying everything. West Coast stories. On my N.W.J channel, it kind of started off more about boxing, but now I'm kind of just using this platform to talk about things that I wouldn't or ordinarily talk about on my main platform, except maybe for members on that channel. That my J Rooster channel is monetized. N.W.J not yet, but I get a lot of views over here, like 40,000 and 20,000. My most views over on the J Rooster is 15,000 about Rocky 4. It's like every video I do about Rocky on my main platform seems to do pretty well. But it could be frustrating, but you just can't quit, man. You just got to keep going. And that's the same with life, They always say the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. And that's not true at all. You got to keep, just like working out. You keep going, you keep going. You don't say, oh, I don't see any muscle growth, so I'm going to stop and start running marathons to build muscle. No, sometimes you got to just keep going. Other times you might have to adjust, but you don't throw away the whole plan. So my advice to all the small YouTubers out there, keep going. Even if you have days where you don't feel like filming, you probably do your best get your most views on the ones you don't feel like doing. Like I did one on Roy Jones that's like 2 minutes, almost didn't even post it. It's like 40,000 views. So you can never tell. Then videos you do, you like, I know they're going to want to hear this. You get what, like 20 people watch my stuff. Oh, okay. Oh, for real. That's what we're doing. But my advice to all the small YouTubers out there, just look at it like you're a contender trying to get the title. Look at it like you're going for all the big boys out there. Like, yeah, I'm working my way up, and you're taking your time. You know, you're in the gym. You know, you're mastering your craft, so to speak. So don't give up. You got to keep going. I did a video on the J. Roos theory years ago talking about never giving up, and you know, the negative sign or subtract is like a flat line. You don't want a flat line. You got to be positive. So keep going even when you don't feel like it, man. Be creative, be yourself, and be yourself if you have something positive. If you're a negative Nancy or a Drew Downer, don't nobody want to hear that. But I guess there's probably a platform for negativity too, but I don't like watching negative platforms. But, you know, keep making videos, man. See what works, what doesn't work, and then you decide what content you want to put out. But you will have frustrating days, and you just gotta like get on the ropes and get your guard up, weather the storm, and then fire back. Hit them with your best content. Be yourself. Be funny. You know, if you got a dry sense of humor, show that. If you're loud, be loud. People like loud. If you're quiet, be quiet. You know, if you're monotone, there's even viewers out there for that. But the main thing is to keep going no matter what. And that's my positive message for the day. Anyway, this is N.W.J. Make sure you hit that thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe here on my main channel, The J. Roos Theory. Check out my interview playlist over there on The J. Roos Theory. Got Jim Lampley, Ray Mercer, two-time heavyweight champion Tim Witherspoon, boxer out of California, Jet Blackwell, who sparred with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson knocked his tooth out. I got Alonzo Williams from the World Class Wrecking Crew. West Coast rap started over because of Alonzo. You know, the song Boys in the Hood was recorded at his house, actually. So he wrote the song Turn Out the Lights, too, from the World Class Wrecking Crew. So go over to my interviews list and have a blast. Anyway, this is N.W.J. Thanks for watching. LSR forever. And let's make sure this channel takes off like a car with the brakes off.